I met a girl on the dating app, and she became my first girlfriend. So I just want to preface this that I'm just doing this audio recording, um, not while I'm playing the game, because when I'm playing the game, I know I tend to ramble and I can't really process my thoughts really clearly, and it's only when I'm just like doing this um time when I'm just like focusing on what I'm gonna say is where I can just be thinking about what to say next. So I'm just like this is sort of pre-recorded, so I hope you guys are pretty chill with that. But yeah, so going back to the story, I met a girl on a dating app, and she became my first girlfriend. And in particular, let's call this girl um C. Let's call this girl C. She I met her on Bumble. Yeah. I met her on Bumble, and I remember I was just swiping through loads of women on that app because you just swipe left, swipe right using that app. And while just swiping, I come across this girl, and I come across her. I remember she she looked really beautiful, and she looked amazing, really. And because of that, I decided to swipe right. Okay, so I decided to swipe right, and I just didn't pay no mind to it because dating apps, you can't really be certain if it's you're gonna be talking to the right person there because it's just it's like a 50-50 chance if you're really gonna meet someone that's gonna connect with you basically. And I was looking for a connection, so I didn't pay any mind to it. And a few days pass. I receive a message. I receive a message that comes from this girl. So surprisingly, we became, we liked each other, and I started the conversation. And continuing from there, I I can't really recall everything that I said in this message because this was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah, this was 3 years ago. This happened in 2023. Um, but basically, I remember she we were just talking very nicely. Honestly, we were just a vibe, and I remember she showed me a selfie of her, and she showed me I remember it was a selfie of her wearing like these clips, like this pink clips that she put it on her hair, and I thought that was really cute, and I complimented her about that. And there's a part about me is that I tend to compliment people, and when I mean compliment, I mean like genuinely compliment them. Like if I see something that looks really great on you, like I'm gonna say it. If I say that you have a really great outfit, I'm gonna say it. Like, yo, that outfit really looks good on you. Or if you have really great eyes, or if you have a really great smile, I just say it. I'm just like, I just say what's on my head, basically. But yeah, and I remember she got really how would I say it, embarrassed about that, and I just said like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm just being a flirtatious guy basically. But just trying to fast forward, me and this girl started to talk more and more throughout the days. And may I remind you, we were just talking for a few days, all right? When I mean a few days, I mean like 2 days, all right? I mean like 2 days we were just talking, and we decided to go on Discord instead because um, talking on Bumble isn't really great, and I don't really want to talk to anyone else because when I'm really interested in someone, and if we're like a vibe with each other, I tend to just talk to that person initially. So that's how I would go for it. So I decided to keep on talking to this person, and we just kept on talking. It's just been a few days, but things are developing between us. Things are escalating. We were getting um basically we were just like escalating it. We were calling each other couple names and stuff, and again this was just 2 days, man. Like I know it was so fast. Like like it was so fast. Like I you know being me getting into this relationship, it made me realize how fast I tend to get into situationships. Really, sometimes it would just go in like 2 days, 3 days, or maybe even a week, and we'd just be a couple instantaneously. And and I realized that, and I didn't want to do that anymore because it's like, I mean, the reason why things did escalate pretty fast, well, I don't really know what's the reason is because I tend to be genuine when I feel something, and I tend to ask a lot of questions. Like I'm a very curious guy. I like asking people questions and stuff. Like if they tell me something about like something that they like, I'm gonna ask something about it. So if they tell me something like what's in my peripherals right now, like about the stars, I guess. If they like about the stars and what they like about the stars, I'm gonna continue asking about that because I also find that conversation interesting. So I'm gonna ask something about that. Like, what's your thoughts about it? Have you ever heard of this? What's your thoughts on this specific thing? What's your opinion? Like all those kinds of matters. And I tend to just be very talkative, I guess, without me talking, if that makes sense. People tend to say that I'm very talkative, but I'm just usually a guy who just asks questions, really. But hey, I guess I'm a talkative person, I guess. And I was like that with this woman, and I in that 2 days we were just really we were it was just a nice conversation. Really, we were going on sleep calls. We were having couples profile pictures and stuff, and it was really great, honestly. And at the in like 5 days, I guess, I told her like, hey, do you wanna see each other? And she said that she was down. So I said, all right, so let's meet up at this place at this time. And yeah. So I remember I met up with this girl. It was 12 in the afternoon. I remember it was raining at that time, and it was raining, and I decided to go meet up with her. And when I met up with her for the first time, I thought she looked really beautiful. Honestly, she looked really amazing. And through that, I decided to just do the thing with going on a date. Basically, I decided to plan out the date. I remember I planned out the date that we're gonna watch a movie first, we're gonna eat, and then next is we're gonna go to the seaside and go to a Ferris wheel and just like watch the sunset. Basically, I don't know if that's like a great date or shit, but it was the first thing that came up in my head. And I did that. We went to watch a movie. I do not remember what movie it was. I think it was like a horror movie. But I remember when we watched that horror movie, okay, when we first met up with each other, I want to lay that down. It was so it was so comforting, really, because I just tried to talk to her genuinely, like, yo, are you the girl that I met on Bumble? Yo, what's up? Hey, like, I guess I'm just being friendly and shit. But I wanted her to like me, basically, and she liked me, and I was just being myself. I remember I was just talking, I was just joking around, playing around and stuff. She was laughing, and it was just really nice, honestly. And I remember we went to the theater, and we decided to sit down and watch the movie. I remember while we were sitting down, she um it was like um there was a few people there but not a lot, but she held my arm and she laid her head on my arm or on my shoulder, and it was like really sweet, honestly. And through that, I decided to pull a move. So when she did that, I decided to hold her face and decided to, hey, I didn't say anything. I just decided to lean in and kiss her. And yeah, and she basically didn't pay any mind to it. She just basically kissed me back. And I don't know if it sounds forceful, but when you, I guess when you feel something and it's like, you guys are going great, the vibe is there, the person that you're with is like giving you all the signals and shit. So I just took it, and she kissed me, and I'm like, oh fuck, all right, let's let's fucking go, basically. Let's fucking go, and yeah, and we just watched the movie. We watched the theater, and we watched the theater. We watched the movie. We ate. We um, we went to the seaside. We went to the Ferris wheel. Um, and from there, I decided to confess to her, like, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. And we kissed at the top of the Ferris wheel. And I remember we also took a picture at a photo booth. And I used to have that picture, but it's not with me anymore. But yeah, I told her, hey, can you be my girlfriend? And she said, yeah. And we kissed. I remember I used to have, I still have the photo, honestly, when we kissed on there. Yeah, I still have it, but I don't really try to look at it anymore. But continuing from there, me and her spent a lot of time. Honestly, when I said 12 in the afternoon, this went on for like the whole day, basically. So basically, I went home at like the next morning, because basically, yeah, I slept with the girl. Yeah, and I don't want to get into any other details about that. You basically know what happened. All right, so yeah, so I remember that, um, and we did that. I still remember every detail. Honestly, it's like remembering what happened. I just remember we were at the seaside. It was very late at night. She wanted me to go to this because there's like attractions on the seaside. There was like a Ferris wheel. There's like a that boat that's like rocking up and down, like going high and low and like that. She wanted me to go up there, and I was just saying, no, fuck that. I don't want to go there. That shit's scary, bro. But we went there, and I was just like trying to not be scared and shit. But I was scared, and she was just videoing it and all. And it was just, yeah, I remember that. I remember we just sat by the shore, and we just laid there, honestly. And it was nice. It was getting really late, and I remember you can't really. I remember there was like a guard who came up to us and said like, "Hey, you guys can't be here late this night. You guys gotta go home." So that happened. So we decided to go to 7-Eleven and just chill there for a bit and think about what should we do. And I still wanted to spend time with her. And basically, we just stayed there. We ate some food. I remember I grabbed some chips. I bought some chips for her, and we just ate. And through that, decided to, hey, you know, you wanna go to the place? And she said, yeah, all right. So that happened, and all right, so okay, so so yeah, we slept, and next day comes up. I the next day comes up, and I just went back home, and all. Just like trying to fast forward it. Um, Again, I want to remind you, I just met this girl. Like, I just met this girl a few days ago. Like a fucking few days ago, dog. Fucking hell. And we were basically a couple, and we spent a lot of time together. And in that time, this was just the most baffling thing that happened. She told me she wanted to go on a trip with me, and it was like a trip where I had some money. I was like I think I was 20 years old at this time. I forgot how old she was, but I think she was like older than me. I was 20 years old at that time. I had some money, and she told me that she wanted to go to this place. Like it's like it's like a place that's like hours away, and I just need to pay for it. So I decided to, all right, okay, sure, why not? So basically, in this few days of me being together with this girl, I basically confessed to this girl that I wanted her to be my girlfriend successfully. It went on. And then next thing is we went on a trip. All right. And this trip was like 2 days, 2 days and one night. Dog, if I tell you this is like just so, this is like way out of my comfort zone. Like everything about this is like way out of my comfort zone. This shit is like, dog, I'm not used to this. Like, holy shit. Okay, so I just basically, fuck it. Why not? So I decided to go with her, and with this trip, basically, there was like another girl that should be accompanying with us, but um, well, this girl decided to decline and decided to not go with us. So it's basically me and her. Basically, I don't know why the other girl didn't come. Yeah, she was pretty odd, but I guess she just didn't want to come. So basically, I went on a trip with this girl. A lot of stuff happened. I drank a lot of liquor. I spent a lot of money there as well, and I experienced a lot of things that I never, that was very, very out of my comfort zone. Because I want to mention, I'm a guy who's just very, I'm just usually by the computer. All right. I'm usually by the computer. I don't like going outside. I don't like doing anything else. I just tend to keep, I just tend to be in my own bubble, basically. I don't really have a lot of friends. This girl, in particular, has a lot of friends. Has a lot of friends. She goes out. Yeah, she goes out clubbing. She likes to party, and I know. That's I know this is not my kind of person that I should be talking to, because that's her and this is me. So we were like basically opposites. So she had a lot of friends. She's very outgoing. She's very extroverted, honestly, and she made me experience a lot of stuff. Yeah. So just trying to fast forward that. Um, just trying to fast forward everything. Basically that trip. It was really great. Um, I just didn't like that I spent a lot of money there. I wish I didn't spend a lot of money. It was like I don't even want to say it. Just it was just a lot of money. It was a lot of money for a 20-year-old, basically. It was a lot of money, dude. But yeah. So moving past that, just me and this girl. She she was. I just want to say some things about her. She was very, how would I say this, like it's like we had a lot of fights. All right, we had a lot of fights between us, and I remember we had a fight that um, I I decided to. I didn't mean to do this. All right, I we were having an argument. we had a situation. I was just like trying to be calm about it because in like arguments and stuff, I try to just be very um I don't really want things to escalate because I don't like fighting. I don't want people to be loud and I don't want to be yelled at, basically. So I get that gist and I just try to be understanding. So I try to be understanding with this girl. But it was getting very heated and I decided to um, up in my voice, basically. And she really disliked that because it was like I was reminding of her father, who's like very was like yelling at her basically, and I decided to do that, and I remember she wanted to break up just because of that, and that part was just like messed up, honestly, because like you don't do that, you don't just mindlessly say you want to break up with someone just because that happened. Like that's just very childish. You don't do that. And basically that happened, and we decided. I don't know how things got fixed, but I just remember it got fixed between us, and there was a lot of instances where that would happen because you're just like getting into the mood. Like I really try my best not to up in my voice, like try to yell at her. Like I really try. I try to be just, relaxed and just calm, like in manners. Like if she's like yelling at me or stuff, I just try to de-escalate it. Just like try to, hey, please, like I just try to be very understanding. But there's times that I just try, I just can't take it anymore, and I just up in my voice, and things would escalate. Things she would want to break up and everything. So um, there was those times with her. I remember, and there was also a time that I remember that everything was just like getting so much intense between us that I just couldn't take it anymore. Like I remember we had an argument. This was now we were in public, all right? We were in public, and I remember um we were having an argument, and I just really don't like fights. I really hate fights. I really don't like arguments. I really hate that. But we had an argument, and I remember I this was the point that I wish I never did, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I blew up on her. I yelled at her and I cried. I yelled at her and cried in public, and that was like the most. I wish I had never done that, but I just couldn't take it anymore because it was like I was bottling everything. Like I'm really trying to be relaxed, really trying to repress my emotions, but I just couldn't take it anymore, and I just like yelled at her in public, and I just didn't want to be with her anymore because this is just like getting too much for me. This was like I don't know how long this was now. I guess this was like a few months into the relationship. I was like, I just want to end it because I couldn't take it anymore. Like I'm gonna like I basically exploded. That's the best way I could frame it. I exploded on her, and I really regret that because I said a lot of mean stuff to her, like really mean stuff, and I was really apologetic, honestly, but I just couldn't take it, and she understood that. She said sorry. She she understood where I was coming from, and I remember she just held me. She held me in her arms, and she just patted my back. She just said that it's gonna be okay. It's okay. Yeah, I remember she did that, and that calmed me down. And she just basically nurtured me. That's the best way I can say. I don't know what other words I could say, but she basically was just there for me in my most deepest times in this relationship. And yeah, so that happened, and she forgave me. I forgave her as well, and the relationship just continued. But there's one thing that I do want to say about this relationship is that um, there was like one thing that's like making me just want to stop being with her, but I genuinely didn't want to stop. Like I, I basically loved her, honestly, and the reason for that is we have conflicting religions. She she had a religion that was not in par on my religion because in her religion she couldn't be partners with someone who's not in the same religion as her, and that's how her religion is. And I couldn't say anything to her about that because I thought that was just like stupid. That's like, why would religion be the part that's gonna tell you who you should be with and who you should love? That's like so stupid and so idiotic. But I can't say anything to her because that's the rules of the religion and you just gotta follow it. And I was just, it's either like in this scenario, it's either I convert to that religion of hers or I leave because I can't be with her. Basically, I can't be with her if I'm in my own religion and I'm not in her religion. So this was on my mind 24/7 while I was with her, while I was in this relationship with her. I didn't know, but I was like predestined to even um, be with her because I really love this girl, and we basically spent a lot of time together. Like I've had a few relationships that I've been in, really, but a lot of those relationships were just pretty shallow. It wasn't really the same with this one person that I was with. This person that I met on Bumble. She made me experience a lot of stuff. She made me come out of my comfort zone, and she made me learn a lot of things as well. She she basically taught me a lot of stuff, and I I basically spent a lot of time together with her, really, and and I really wanted to be with her because I just really loved her, and but it, we had a lot of times where we argued. There was a lot of arguments in this relationship. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know there's that part with the religion, but there was a heck ton of arguments in this relationship. I swear to God, man, there was there are so many. There's so many, but we were able to fix it. We were able to fix a lot of these um, arguments of ours. I remember we broke up a lot of times, but we became together again. And I'm like trying to remember one part. Um, I don't know. I was like just trying to remember one thing that happened because I remember there was one time that I met up with her late at the night, and we just talked about something important, and I it was like us we were gonna be breaking up because there was something that happened and she couldn't take it also anymore with the fights and everything, but I just decided to um, like just cheer her up and like apologize frequently and just say, hey, I really love you and everything. So that um, that got fixed. But um, basically, me and this girl, she was a really great girl. I mean, we had a lot of arguments. I would say she was very mentally unstable. Yeah. She was very mentally unstable, and I I didn't really pay no mind to it because I could handle her. I could handle her, and I could handle her emotions. I really, I mean, I wasn't really also a great boyfriend. I wasn't really getting her gifts. I wasn't really, um, there was a lot of things that I wasn't really great at, but um, at the end of the day, I still really loved her, and I really tried. I really wanted to try, but the religion part was just like getting up in me that I just can't be with this girl because of the religion. And I remember there's this one day, um, me, me and her parents, we decided to go to a resort. All right, we decided to go to a resort, so we would just like uh, hang out there and basically meet. And I've already met the mom. The mom was like pretty chill. She was just pretty. She was just all vibes with me. I remember when I first met her, I bought a cake because I was like, I was very. I don't know what to do because this was like, I'll be honest, this was the first time I'm meeting someone's parents before. So I bought a cake and I gave her that cake, and we just basically talked and stuff. I basically went on a lot of sleepovers with the girl, really, like a lot of sleepovers. I slept at her house a lot, and we were just really chill with one another. And I remember at the resort, um, it was just all vibes. Honestly, I met up with her relatives. I met up. I talked to her dad. I remember the dad told me that really stuck with me is that if you really love my daughter, you gotta be in the same religion with her, dog. Like, if you're in your religion right now, like your religion is your current religion, you can't be with my daughter. And I said, and I told the the dad that I'm gonna be in your guys' religion because I really love this girl. So, um, I said that, and I that was basically a lie because I was still doubting everything, but I really wanted to be with this girl. Like, I've already spent so much time with her. I've already spent so much hours, fights, and everything, and we were able to fix everything. But it's just the goddamn religion that's just like fucking me up, and it was just fucking up my brain. And I even told my parents like, hey, because I don't know, man. Like, I've never changed my religion before. Like, I don't know if this is gonna do anything bad. But I told my parents because I was like thinking this so deeply. Like, will my parents still accept me as their own if I'm like a different religion as to theirs? And I was like doubting every single part of this. Like, I was in my head and I was like crying my ass off because I didn't know if they would still accept me because it would feel like I'm a black sheep basically. So I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. So I did the bold decision, and I broke up with her. I broke up with the girl, and I wish I never really did, but I can't be with her basically. And I broke up with her. I remember, um, we went to a lot of arcades. We played a lot, and we were just very comfortable, honestly, with each other. I broke up with her, and I remember, um, I remember there was like an argument that happened, and she told me why. She told me if I'm seeing another girl, I said no, and it was just that. Um, I broke up with her, and I never talked to her ever again, and that was the last time. And I was with this girl for 6 months. Yeah, shocking, really. It was just 6 months, but that 6 months was a lot for me because this girl made me feel something, feel like I was really in a relationship. I was been in like two relationships before this, but those relationships It was never really. It was never really anything because. Oh no. Oh no no no. I was in one relationship because the other relationship was just online. But this one other relationship, it was a real it was a relationship, but it was just like it was just me hooking up with the girl. Like that was just the basis of this whole relationship. We met up, we hooked up, and that was it. We'd go home. I don't know. I don't even want to. I don't even know if that's would be a relationship. But with this girl that I met through Bumble, she made me feel something, and it was a real relationship. But the only thing that was just separating us is the religion, and I just had to call it quits. This was 3 years ago. May I remind you. You know, at the first few months of me not being with her anymore, I felt really numb because I didn't know if this was like the right decision. I still remember I had like a voice recording of I had like a voice recording on my phone, me of me talking about how much I miss her and shit. I tend to listen to that sometimes, but she wasn't perfect, and I wasn't perfect, but she was everything for me, and there's still times that I think about her and what she's doing now, but I don't want to try to contact her because it's been a few years now, and I just want to call it like I just want to end things as is and just like leave it as that. As that. You know, I still have her. I still have her clothing in my room. Honestly, I still have her clothes because she decided to sleep over at my place one time, and she left some her bag here, and yeah, she left her bag, and yeah, but yeah, this I miss her, but I need to move on, and it's already been 3 years, but I do still miss the girl. I really wonder what she's doing now, but I don't want to contact her because I just want to leave it as is. Yeah. So yeah, that was my story with this girl that I met on Bumble. There's no resolution or anything with this. I just want to talk it out because I've just been repressing this for years now, and I just want to say it.